Guys, we are watching a little bit of football, and we're sharpening knives. Welcome in. Hope everybody's doing good. My name is Tyler with High Crucible Steels. And yeah, we're just watching the Eagles and the Cowboys going at it. I'm going to go ahead and break out these new stones. I got recently from PD Tools. That's super abrasives. They're a good company. Expert Pros, which means this is a diamond resin bonded stone with about 2 millimeters worth of thickness there. Basically, this stone will last a lifetime. I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and use them a little bit tonight and show you guys how I can use them. Most of the time I would use a fixed angle sharpener, but you can also use them like this. Grab you a couple paper towels, because with resin bonded stones you do need a sharpening oil of some kind. I have this Boride brand premium oil, sharpening oil. Works just fine. You can use mineral oil as well. And I use one of these. Ooh, very close. Man, this has been such a good game. The Cowboys have been, both teams have been scoring. It's just been back and forth. No defense almost, or at least the defense has their jobs cut out for them. All right. So once I get it a little bit closer, we'll see how far we got to go. Quite a bit further. All right. I like to get mine to where it's poking out just a little bit. You only really need one of these screwed down, but I'll just go ahead and do both anyway. All right, we're going to start on the 160 grit here, and we have a S45 VN steel. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this stone down because I did use it earlier on my fixed angle. All that is just resin from the initial sharpening and steel from the initial sharpening. Ooh, that was a bad hit. That was a real bad hit. He got flipped upside down. Yeah, that wasn't good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and find. Yeah, that was bad. Find my angle first. Somewhere around in that area. I just realized you guys can't really see that part, but here we go. If you're just joining us, we're watching football and we're sharpening on a brand new resin bonded diamond stone. And I'm sharpening my Spyderco Pair 3 with S45 VN steel. I love these resin bonded stones, man. They're so freaking easy to use. They're not, it looks messy, but it's really not. Any type of sharpening is going to be a little bit messy regardless, just because of the steel that you're sharpening away from the knife. but this oil is not messy. Like it's sure, wash your hands one time and you're good. Already got a good burr all the way down. That's insanity how fast that kicked up a burr. Wow.
Do you always have two bucket chains?
I'm just super impressed all the way around.
The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. You get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment included for a price that stays exactly the same. Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Can confirm. Very easy.
SafeLight can come to you for free. And our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home.
Safe like repair, safe like replace.
Get it fixed now and pay later.
All right, now I'm just gonna flip it. And on the return, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a few edge trailing strokes just to flip that burr right on over, and it is. You wanna check that. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down one more time, get some of that grit, the heavy grit that's still coming off. I really need to wash it one good time and a lot of that will go away. Like I said, this is the first time using this stone really today. I used it on a fixed angle sharpener earlier, but that's pretty much the extent of it.
Want to get the most out of one sheet? Grab Bounty. Bounty is made to be stronger and more absorbent. So while ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Get more done with one. Bounty, the quicker picker upper. America's #1 trusted paper towel.
How long have the pieces been out to you? What were you doing in there? So, not as Niall. Bit quicker?
Okay, turnover. Philly's got the ball at their own 16. Teams are out there right now, but want to take a peek at the radar. We've got some lightning in the area within 6 miles of Lincoln Financial Field. Sean Smith is talking to the folks who are watching this. He's opened the mic.
For lightning in the area.
Yeah, I thought that was coming. So
Lightning delay.
lightning
Dang
in
it.
the area here at 10:26 Eastern Time. There is a cell that is south of us. It is crossed into New Jersey.
Isn't the Cowboys at home, aren't they a domed complex? I think they are. Don't they wish they were at Dallas tonight?
At Lincoln Financial Field.
Philly's always raining though.
Involved. It requires
Already got a good burr over here. I'm just gonna do a few more good strokes for good measure.
third quarter.
Been hanging around Down Roper, haven't you?
I have.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. You got that. I'm looking at your map there. You're working it.
Nobody beats the great Mr. Roker, but sat through about 1,000 days and 30 years of doing golf. So you got a fake meteorology degree. The teams, when I clear the field, oftentimes when this happens, the fans are asked to clear the lower bowl of the stadium. And you get a delay at an odd time when the players have just had the halftime delay. Each team's had a possession in this third quarter, and now they're going to have to cool their heels for just under a third of the game remaining to be played.
Your attention, please.
It's the announced
A
clear the
severe
lower bowl.
thunderstorm warning has been issued by the National Weather Service
And the whole
for
stadium for that
our
matter.
area. These storms may produce severe conditions, including lightning and strong winds. For your safety, we encourage you to seek shelter immediately.
There was rain in the forecast all day. It has not rained for a week. It's not going to rain for the next 3 days. It was just this window, so Nick Sirianni and company will head back to the Eagles locker room.
The players hate this. I mean, it's the hardest thing to do in football is to get warmed up. Anytime, practice, game, whatever. So then you go in at halftime, and there's 12 minutes. Okay, you got to get warmed up again. Now you got to go back and you got to get warmed up again when you've already taken over a quarter of a beating out there. It just gets harder every time, which is what makes the Super Bowl always so hard. That's those 45-minute halftimes. I mean, literally, we've heard people taking naps in between. swing, but you've got to be able to get your body going again. And every time you get cooled off, it just gets harder the next time.
Seem to focus on the two quarterbacks, Prescott and Hurts, as they come in. We mentioned the wind was picking up. These showers that were around us all day, and you have to take safety first. So once there's a lightning strike within a certain radius and look at the radar, you've got to make that decision to keep some 70,000 people safe, in addition to players and officials and everybody else on this field. The rain is starting to come down, so hopefully they got ahead of this. If there is no lightning, then would have been able to keep playing, and there was the hope that with these showers coming at around 10:30 local time, the daytime heating, which sometimes boils up those thunderstorms, would have negated what we're seeing right here, having to stop play, but it did not. So let me ask you this question here, just in regards to the delay. These teams had not played these starters 4 quarters. And nobody plays the preseason. Neither quarterback has played the preseason. They've come out and been very sharp so far.
Yep.
Did this in any way help to get another break?
All right, so now that we're done deburring on this
Possible, especially for the
stone,
Philadelphia Eagles, because without Jalen
I
Carter
plan on
there,
going well above, well, probably about to 1100 since I have an 1100 stone.
yeah, it certainly could help you a little bit. But that was a huge play that we just saw.
I might even go up to 3000. So the next thing I want to do is bring it up to at least,
going to be able to cut it to
I'd
one
say probably
in this
550
play.
just to make sure that it's ready to go to 1100.
Watch Dak Prescott at the end of this play.
Pretty sure these stones are good no matter what, but I just want to make sure just by cutting it in half, refining it at this stone first. And I haven't used the 1100 stone yet, so I'm excited about that.
Absolutely perfect. We saw Ben Roethlisberger do it in a playoff game one time to help out our friend Jerome Bettis.
That's right, that's right. And you saw only the big guys were there. They were not going to catch Mitchell. It's a heck of a play. You see that play, and you go back to fundamentals.
What I'm impressed about these stones more than anything else is how easy it is to raise a burr and how fast they actually establish a good scratch pattern.
And that allows him to make
It's absolutely insanity, to be honest.
And what we've also learned is that he is
So I definitely go check these out. You can get a bundle deal for around $285 or so. I bought my stones individually and paid the $330. They're about $50 a stone, 55 bucks or so, and then add tax and shipping. So you're looking around $300 worth of stones, but they'll last you a lifetime, even if you are a professional sharpener.
the way he was kind of repositioned, repurposed, and Dak Prescott, who even told us that he's too flexible, which may have been part of the reason he had the hamstring injury, but his mobility tonight has been a positive for the Cowboys. You gonna try to limber up like Dak?
no, I don't care if I'm limber. I just want to get that body that you got going there. Look at that tackle.
Dak reflect. But you said it to us all week as we were getting ready and all really month getting ready for this game. Dak Prescott's been healthy. This has been a 12-win team in the playoffs the 3 years before last year.
Well, and to some extent you feel for Mike McCarthy, the 2 years that they didn't play so well when he was the head coach, Dak Prescott was out. They win 12 games 3 straight times, don't do so well in the playoffs, and then he rips his hamstring last year. I mean, this is a guy that was, he was second voting for MVP 2 years ago, and is coming right back and playing exactly the way he did 2 years ago.
Let's update you on what we're hearing from the NFL. We can peek at the radar as well. 11:15 is when they think the area might be clear of the lightning, and then it would be another 12 minutes of warm-up time after that. So that would be 57 minutes from now or thereabouts to get the game back started one more time.
57 more minutes.
Where we are.
I will be going to bed long before then, guys. But it is nice to have football back, I can say
That's
that.
why we put this thing on pause. Just inside of 5 minutes left, third quarter. Eagles by 4 in a weather delay here in South Philly.
We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Let's just get one of everything. Everything.
Now that feels better, and it's ready to flip.
What's in your mind? Want to get the most out of one sheet? Grab Bounty. Bounty is made to be stronger and more absorbent. So while ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Get more done with one. Bounty, quick picker upper, America's #1 trusted paper towel.
I'll tell you what, since the ball game is paused for quite a while, I will at least see if I can give you another camera angle. There we go. Boom. Hey guys, almost done. And this 550 stone actually looks like it's in the making of being my final stone, unless I see a scratch pattern that I don't like. I want it to be refined enough to where the micro teeth and serrations on this knife are so small that you can't even see them under my microscope. Well, you can see them, the makings of them, but they're so small and not spread out, right? More refined. That's what I'm looking for. So if I can get that from this 550 stone and not be able to visually see the scratch pattern from the naked eye, then I might be good on this stone right here. But I am itching to use the higher grit stones because I have an 1100, a 3000, and a 10,000. So this is about ready to flip and deburr. Yep. So I just do mine like that a few times. You want to set that angle the best you can. Ooh. The edge of that stone right there scared me. I thought I had hit the tip of my knife, but it was just the edge of that stone. Go ahead and take this one out. We're good here. The only thing left to do is really strop it if I'm not going any higher. But let's take a look at what we got so far. And it looks like, yeah, cloudy finish. You can still see the scratch patterns, and you know, that's the way it was prior. So I've got to go a little bit higher. It's the way it was prior. Let's go higher. This is the 1100. And this one has not been used at all today. So not only is it going to be smooth because of the fineness of it, it's also going to be smooth just because it's never been used. Oh yeah, slick as baby butter. Which means it's also going to be hard to raise a burr. But then again, this is a great stone for that. Like I said, resin bonded stones are top dog. Yes, it's nice to have a 3x8, but these 1x6s get the job done just fine. There's plenty of resin here to do any of your EDC size blades, and you can really do any size blade with what you got here. Just use the width of your knife versus the width of the stone, right? Just nice smooth strokes back and forth at the same locked wrist angle, using your elbow only to raise up the tip and get that part of the edge. Yeah, just as I suspected, it's gonna take some good strokes here to get it raised up like we want it. But we're also establishing a brand new scratch pattern, so you got to remember that as well. So that takes time. All right, we are finally establishing that burr, so it's not going to take long now. My iPad battery may die, but that's okay. We will continue sharpening, I promise you. We're going to get this 1100 grit scratch pattern on there where pretty much mirrors it out without going super high. And you know, 1100 grit, 800 to 1000 or 1200 or so grit is a pretty good grit size for S45VN. So we're satisfied with that and how this blade performs. And then we're just going to flip it because we are ready. Few trailing, and then we just start just like we left off earlier. It never takes as long to raise a burr on this side because initially you pretty much flip the burr from the other side over. So you've already got a burr from the beginning when you flip for the first time on your stone, but you still have to establish that scratch pattern from the top of the bevel to the apex. And that takes time. It starts at the top, and as long as you keep that angle straight, it will continue to work its way down to the bottom of the blade or the apex, right? The top is right where the line starts, where your micro bevel begins. Sorry if you're shaking a little bit, guys. I actually do this in my room on a bookcase. It's just enough room for what I'm doing right now until I start professionally sharpening, and then at that point, I might need to invest in a shop or at least move my stuff out into the garage, but that's the problem. There's just not that much room out there in my garage right now. So that might be a project in the future that I end up recording as well, just because I think it'd be a really cool before and after time lapse, something like that. Who do you guys pull for in the NFL? I am from North Carolina, so naturally I pull for the Panthers. However, I have enjoyed Red Zone in the past 2 seasons. I started it last season, and I've enjoyed watching every single ball game. I actually enjoy watching every player. You know, I like seeing talent, and that's, sounds crazy, I guess, but yeah, I'm a Panthers fan officially. But I've never been to a game. I don't feel too strongly about the team, at least the team last year and the team ever since Cam Newton's era, because I was really big into it that year. We went to the Super Bowl for the first time, which was in my lifetime that I remember, which was really cool. Oh, there's the wifey. Almost done here. Pretty cool little pattern that left on my blade. Just checking to make sure that burr is present all the way down, which it is. And it's time to go ahead and flip it. Flip it again. Just deburring it now. And that is that, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and strop it a little bit. I do have the strops I'm gonna use here. First one's gonna be a 6 micron by Stroppy Stuff. And then we go to the 1 micron. This is all Stroppy Stuff. Stroppy Stuff is a brand that carries pretty cool products. Diamond emulsion compounds, monocrystalline diamonds, so best of the best. The only thing is they're out in the UK, and sometimes it's hard to get stock here in the Americas. But anyway, that's the final blade there. It looks a lot cleaner. It looks a lot better to me. Very happy with that, actually. It evened out the bevels right nicely as well. And this thing is ready to go back in the pocket. So, yeah, man. If you ever get a knife and you want a really good one, get the Pair of 3 by Spyderco with S45VN. About $174 on Amazon right now. Does have a compression lock up top with inset liners, weight reduction, and a lynch clip, pocket clip on mine with titanium scales that I got off of flytanium.com. I did have some titanium frame screws and pivot, but I ended up getting rid of them and stop pin because they were titanium's a softer metal, so it doesn't work as easy or as well, because it's just not going to hold up as well as far as the hardness of it. All right, last step to every sharpening, we just test to see how sharp it really is. Okay. Tell you what. I guarantee you we have left behind a little bit of burr material. I dulled it right back out. All right, now we're gonna go back to the 6 micron strop, which I think is the best one for the job. I keep going to the heel of the blade. Not that time. Okay, guys. Yeah, it's beautiful blade, ready to go into the pocket, like I said, and work as an EDC carry knife. So appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Hope you guys have a great Friday tomorrow. TGIF. My name's Tyler. It's been real. This has been High Crucible Steels. Peace.